meditation techniques can confuse your mind, and it can make you in a lost state. So you have started meditation and then you started seeing results, and the results can confuse you, because every time you meditate, it's not going to be the same result. This thing everyone knows, the result will not be the same. But there is something deep which I'm going to talk, because I've been playing with different meditation techniques. So some of you might experience this. So I'm going to give you a solution how to look into this one and how to see things. So I've been practicing different meditation techniques. So I'm going to explain you the different experience and how it confused me, and then how I got an idea to accept anything that I experience as is. So initially I used to gain the consciousness or the elevation or opening up third eye. Everything started with sun energy for me. So sun energy was the key for me to open up the third eye, experience different patterns, and go into higher conscious state, feeling so happy. So this were my initial results of doing meditation techniques. So usually I used to open third eye, plain and simple, opening up the third eye all the time. And then I started doing chakras, focusing on different energy points, because I understood just opening up the third eye, it can affect other energy points. So I started focusing on other energy points. And I didn't expect much from my third eye, because I don't want to open up my third eye too much, seeing the colors and patterns, because it can affect the other energy points, and it can unbalance me, and it's not good for your whole energy system. So that's been a flow for a certain period of time. Then recently I started experiencing just looking into the nature, just being in here and now totally. I started to get this state of elevation, or you can say that stoned, or just into the nature, totally into the nature and into the moment. Okay, these two experiences are in contrast, and a lot of people might juggle with meditation techniques. First you might try this technique, and then you might try this technique, because of your experiences, or because it might be like, oh, you want to try something new, so you juggle with techniques. So what I experienced today was, so recently I started looking into the nature. So today, after I woke up at 4:30, and then after the sunrise, I started to do my early meditation of, observing from sun energy, and then trying to open up the third eye and trying to feel those things. And the thing is, it was not coming to me, and I was trying so hard, it was not coming to me. Now, then I went, and then so I took a shower, because sometimes I take a shower and then I meditate. Sometimes I just wake up and have a glass of water and go and meditate. So, okay, then I thought, oh, it might be because of some impurity or something. So I took a shower, and then I went and meditated. But when I went and meditated, I didn't meditate observing the sun energy. I just looked into the nature, and then I started to be in here and now. And then I went into this conscious state. And then I did my meditation, I came out, and then I was thinking about what's happening with this absorption of sun energy, why I'm not able to see those patterns, why. So there was this question mark. Then as I came to realize the significance of the practice that you do for a certain period of time. So what happens is, what I observed is, like, if you do a meditation technique for a certain period of time, your cells in your body adapt to it. And then if you want to experience the same thing again, then you need to practice for a certain period of time to gain that experience again, because your cells in your body have been deflected to a different direction now. This is where I'm talking from, going from one process of meditation technique to the other process of meditation technique. So what was happening was, so the second time when I came and meditated, the cells were easily connected to the nature, and then I was easily able to go into that elevated state. It's just because of the practice that I have been doing from past 3-4 weeks. So cells got accustomed to that technique, and then they can easily understand what I'm doing and the cells play the role. Now with this absorption of sun energy, probably, I mean, I was in certain state, but I was not in that state, because everything affects, every action that you do affects your body, your cells, everything. So if you are doing certain kind of technique for a certain period of time, the cells absorb it, the cells learn it, and the cells will, anything, like cells will help you to go into that state, because everything goes from your body and then you elevate into that state. So you need the support of your body. If you need the support of your body, then you need to make that practice for a certain period of time, so that the cells will understand, okay, what to do, because the cells is the key to support you to elevate to that state. And I could understand that I couldn't reach that third eye opening, or not to that state or elevation, because my cells are not understanding it. Because previously when I used to sit, right, it used to take just like 15 minutes or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then I'm in that state, because I've been practicing it, and then I go to that state. So the cells will remember it. It's just that because I've been practicing this other technique, the cells got used to that technique. And probably when I was doing the opening of third eye by absorption of sun energy, the cells could understand it, but it will take time for that technique to be implemented perfectly, or the cells to understand it, to elevate to a certain level. Now this is pretty important. Many of the meditation, many of the people who are following the meditation techniques, they might juggle with meditation techniques, or they might expect the same results. So expecting the same results is a common tendency of the mind, but you need to understand that every time it's different. Every time you might have a different experience, but to say that you will be in an elevated state, but the experience might be different because of it can depend on a lot of things. It can depend upon the atmosphere, it can depend upon the nature and the surroundings. It can depend upon what type of food that you ate, how much sleep you got. It can depend upon a lot of things. So the solution for this one is, when you juggle between meditation techniques, you need to give it a time, so that meditation technique yields you the fruit. It takes some time for you to yield that fruit, even though you have yielded that fruit before, and then you have gone to other technique, and then you try that, and then you have success in that technique. When you come back, it's going to take some time for you to yield that fruit again. So when you haven't gotten that results, or when you haven't experienced that significance, don't worry. Keep on practicing that other technique, and keep on practicing it for a certain number of days, months, I don't know, certain number of time, and then it's going to yield the fruit for you. So that's been my observation, and so juggling between the techniques can be a little tricky, especially when you have seen some results and then you expect the same results. It can be really tricky. Mine can be really tricky. So what I want to say is keep observing what's happening and don't expect anything, but keep on practicing the technique for a certain number of days, or give it a try again and again and see the improvement. You'll see the improvement as the day progresses with that particular technique. This is what I want to talk about today. Like, don't be disappointed if you have seen some results before and you haven't seen results later. When you are moving from one meditation technique to other meditation technique, even when you're doing a single technique, this will be a common experience. Even when you're doing a single technique, sometimes you see awesomeness. You can experience awesomeness. Sometimes you might not. That's because the energy levels might be low. It's because of your sleep. It's because of the food that you take, and it's because of the environment. It can be many different scenarios. So that's been expected with one technique, but also juggling with techniques, it can confuse you. So meditation techniques can confuse you in a lot of different ways. So that's what I want to talk about. But understand that the fruit that you yield from any technique, it's going to take time. Hopefully, I didn't confuse you guys. Hopefully, you understood this. Thank you, man.